Hi.
Hello.
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 Hello. So today, hi everyone. Welcome to our ridiculous YouTube channel slash TikTok, Instagram mishmash of a shit show that we're trying to put together.
Instatalk tube.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't have, you know. Uh.
Feeling it. Digging it.
Yeah, so today is technically our first like actual recording episode because the first one we did was more us just talking to each other about what we were going to do, and then we took some clips from that. But yeah, today's like the real deal.
What?
I've been having this experience today where, do you ever have days where you like fully feel like you're in the sim?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's usually my big depression days, but yes.
Maybe I was feeling a little depressed. I don't know. Like I just something about today, I just kept thinking, like, is any of this real?
Straight up simulation.
Yeah, it was today. It just felt very simmy for sure. So I think I'm just in a
That's
weird
wild.
headspace. Anyway,
We are going to talk about what we like and don't like about the L word, Gen Q. I forgot Q in sign language real
wait,
quick.
Q.
Nope, that's not.
That's
Nope.
like that looked like this.
Oh, okay.
What? You did that last time when you said book
No, that's
stuff.
Z.
Oh wait, so it's
Okay, so
A
what's up and
B
Q can't be the same
C
thing.
D E. What's F? F?
My friend would be very upset with me right
G
now.
H I J K L M N O P Q.
Q. Q.
I thought it was
Q.
this. I thought it was P and then Q. So it's what?
Q.
Wait.
It's a little clip.
Why is my hand
Little.
the wrong way? Why is my hand the wrong way? What the fuck? I give up. Are my hands on backward? I don't even know what's happening anymore. Are my hands on backwards? Is any of this real? Someone help me.
So yeah, we are talking about the L word, Gen
Yes.
Q.
Q. There you go. Okay. We are.
And
And
what we like and don't
okay.
like about it. What?
And I want to just somewhere in there, I want to talk about this new dating show, Love Trip Paris. I have to just like throw that in there because it's a new show. And I want to talk about that. And then real quick, I mean, it probably won't be like super quick, but at some point, I also just want to give like a real quick download on Tar. Or maybe that should be a separate. We'll see how long this goes. And then we can decide.
We're gonna be doing this for like 3 hours.
I know. And it's already almost my bedtime.
Bro,
I
it's
got up at
8 o'clock
5:20.
there.
I got up at 5:20 today.
Whose fault is that?
Fucking the
Whose fault is that?
universe. The universe for waking me up. Anyway.
Fair.
Okay, so you did a rewatch, right? Or mostly a rewatch of Genkyo.
Yeah, I didn't finish because I found my old podcast today that I used to do with Tevin. And I got to like season 3, episode 2, I want to say. Nope,
Okay.
episode 1, because Angie's moving into college right now and her and Jordy just broke up.
Okay. So that's the beginning of 2. 3.
3.
Okay. Well, because
Uh,
we talked about this, but I just like completely like season 2 didn't exist to me. Like I had memories of season 1, And then I watched this season and basically blanked out all of season 2.
Yeah, that's fair. Season 2 was wild. Introduced Rosie O'Donnell. Almost exited Rosie O'Donnell, but I guess they found a way to keep her in. Oh, that's right. Finley lives with her, right?
Yeah.
That's how they kept her in.
Oh,
Finley,
by the way,
fucking disaster.
Finley the fucking disaster. We should just say, in case you haven't watched all of Gen Q yet, there will be spoilers. It's been out for a minute, so if you haven't seen it, that's on you.
So much to unpack on this whole entire series. Do you remember season 1, season 2 at all enough?
I quickly kind of like flipped through the episode synopses.
Oh,
And then clicked on a few episodes just to see like what was happening, because I so like specifically remember one of the seasons ending with Alice and Nat getting back together, like Nat coming to Alice's show and saying like,
oh, so
I want
you
to be
might have
with
been
you.
talking about season 1 to season 2.
Is that how season 1 ended? That's how
How it
memorable this
ended.
show is. You just rewatched and now you don't even remember.
Okay, it did take me a whopping like 4 or 5 days to get through this, okay?
Can we just say the thing that needs to be said?
Which one? There is a plethora.
The main one, that this show is such a fucking bummer. Like compared to what it could have been.
Yeah, no, I agree. Here's the thing. They left the L word, the main L word, with, I mean, there were definitely a lot of hangers. It was just kind of like, we're done. And it was like, oh, the end of an era, a good lesbian era that will have no other era like it, because God forbid.
Yeah.
And they brought it back and we're just like, here's a ton of random shit that we're going to throw in to make everybody feel involved. And it's also not going to make any sense. It's not going to flow together. It's just going to be this clusterfuck of humans that are just in an environment together.
Right. It's like you can tell that they literally just wanted to make sure that they were like the most inclusive, cast and set whatever of any show, but then they didn't take the time to like write how these characters would actually like interact and be in each other's lives and have relationships.
Yeah. Like back in the day with Max, like they introduced Max, brought them home all the way to California, and like intertwined them into everybody's lives. And it was beautiful.
I mean, I wouldn't say perfect. There were some problematic things with, the whole portrayal of Max and all of that. So I wouldn't say perfect, but I know what you mean.
And it almost feels like they paint a lot of the trans characters as like just completely lost individuals. Like Micah was like, I like guys. Wait, no, I like women. Wait, I want to get married to a woman. Wait, now I want to have kids because you don't want to get married. So to make you happy, I want to have a kid. Like,
yeah.
Oh, also something that I realized when him and, I forgot her name, start dating,
Maribel,
he gets really pissed at her for not telling the whole family that they were together. But flash forward to season 3, first episode, they've been living together for 8 months and Micah still hasn't told his mom. Hello, pot calling kettle, ring ring.
I know. There are just a lot of like inconsistencies, plot holes, a lot of shit thrown together. Let's not even bring up the fact that they just randomly threw in Kaylani and Fletcher and I don't know who the fuck else. Oh, what's her face? G stud G
Oh yeah, yeah,
baby.
yeah.
What's her
Oh my
fucking name?
god. I
G unit. G flip.
G-Unit.
G flip.
G-Flip.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Um,
Randomly threw like all these people in there, and like, okay, we love them all, Kaylani and Fletcher. I don't really know much about G flip, but then but it was so awkward. There was like no reason really for them to be in the show. It was clear they just threw them in there to have LGBTQ stars in the show.
celebrities
Yeah.
who were literally celebrities in the show.
Well, Kaylani wasn't. She was a
Well,
makeup
Kalani,
artist,
yeah,
but
that's right. That's right. That's true.
but
So that was also actually one of my notes. Season 3 rolled around and they just bowed down to the culture of what television is now. Shameless plugs, random celebrities. For the entirety of the L Word's existence, they never touched a single celebrity. And if they did, it was their own made up individual. And I loved them for that. But the
yeah.
second that Alice pulled out her phone to get on a dating app, and Tammy, the #1 lesbian dating app, dear God, it's a disaster,
Yeah, they
pops
all
up on her
fucking
phone.
are.
And also the #1 lesbian dating app, and she's searching for her bi search. It's like, what is happening here?
I know. It's such a colossal disaster. It just feels like the queer community and lesbians especially have been done such a fucking disservice, because like there's so many ways that this show could have gone. And I understand that there were problematic things about the first series. Some people thought like all the sex scenes were too like gratuitous or whatever. But at the same time, like, it's the only thing we had like that. The only thing we still really have like that.
Yep.
And then
That's
you're
why I
gonna
just still rewatch the L Word.
and then you're gonna make it like, I don't even know, were there really any sex scenes in season 3?
I doubt it.
I just remember people like making
Um,
out and like maybe about to have sex, but then something would happen and and I'm trying to remember, like, did anyone even have sex?
I think the first was the first episode the one where Bette and Tina finally slept together.
Oh yeah, Bet and Tina. Yeah, I think we got, but even so, they didn't show as much with that as, like Bet and
No.
Tina of old. You know what I mean? And like the last, I feel like, super intense sex scene we had was the 3-way between Alice and Nat and Gigi. Oh,
Gigi.
well, we did get a little bit of Shane and Kaylani.
Little bit, but that was more like the scene from Atomic Blonde where it was like, there's
Yeah.
hands going places.
Although that fucking scene from Atomic Blonde, oof. It's like, oof.
I
Yeah.
literally recorded that scene specifically on my phone. So anytime I need to go back to it just to have a reminder, I can pull it up.
Well, I bought it on Vudu and I have it set like at that time. So when I can just go in and like play that scene over and over and over and over and over.
God, the two of them.
I know. But Charlize and Sophia in that, like, ugh. At the bar, when she
their first
like
meeting and
orders
then when
her
the 80s song. What?
Yeah, no, the bar at the club.
Yeah.
And she like orders her like vodka on the rocks or whatever, and Charlize is like, you pay attention, and she's like, I look for pleasure in the details or whatever she said. You know what I mean? Like, this shit was so fire.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. And all the
That was a
80s
good one.
music in
All the
that
80s
movie
music.
just like
Soundtrack.
made it.
If you are out there watching and you have not seen Atomic Blonde, you need to see this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So ADHD, back to the L Word.
I know. Well, we should tell people like that we'll do an episode on mental health, but we both have ADHD, so this is going to be a frequent thing.
Yeah, we get squirrel syndrome real bad, and it's like tangents. Like just like my hand is gone, we're gone.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. So
But it all
back to the
comes
L Word.
back.
But it all comes back. It's all
Okay,
coming
so
back. Okay.
one of my biggest things is everyone cheats. Why?
Mm,
Why does everyone
yeah,
cheat?
everyone.
What are you trying to, what? I don't understand. There's nothing you're trying to prove. Like, you're just painting our entire community in a bad light, that we're just all like incapable of being with one individual. And poor fucking Shane, like the the itch, as Alice calls it. Like, why can't they just find her happiness? Why does she just continually have to be on this course of just fucking everybody up?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just don't understand why they couldn't have kept Kiana. Like, why couldn't Kiana have stuck around? Because first of all, she's like one of the most beautiful, incredible, amazing humans that has ever been on that show. And just like in general. And then they just, it's like they just dangle and then they take it away.
Mm-hmm.
And that, if Shane could have found a way to actually like grow up and have a relationship with her and like have that baby with her, that could have been a whole like thing that they go down, like Shane's new road of like trying to navigate having a family when that's not something that she ever really thought she would do. And like that could have just been her whole like new adventure rather than just continuing the same fucking Shane storyline from 15 years ago.
Yeah, I don't understand why that needed to happen. Like, why does that need to be a continual storyline for her?
I don't know.
But like, oh my gosh, Sophie cheats. And for what? Like, there was literally no reason for it other than the simple fact that she was upset with the way that Danny was treating her. And yeah, it was pretty shitty what Danny was doing. But it's like, there was no, oh man, like, we both just need to pause and like work on this and like think about where this is going and what we
Right.
need from each other. It was literally just like, oh,
Right.
I'm gonna cheat on you now.
Or her saying like, if you can't be in this with me, then we're just not going to do this. And then
Yeah.
after separating, then maybe something happens with Finley. But it's like, oh no, you're treating me like this, so I'm just going to go fuck somebody else. That's like what happens
And it
every
also
single
took
time.
all of, yeah, exactly. It also took all of 3 episodes for the Finley that we all knew was there to just completely implode on herself. I was going to say themselves. To completely implode on herself. And it was like, how did you not see that coming?
Yeah.
Like, what did Sophie, like, what? I don't understand. It's that typical, what is it? What am I trying to say? It's that typical thing where they always go for like the disaster. It's like Danny and Sophie were so great together, but Finley enters the picture and Sophie's like, oh, like, I love this person so much, when like Finley had only been in the picture for like a season, if that. And then it's the same with who was it? Oh, well, I mean, Shane does it all the fucking time. She's in these like really solid relationships, and like way back in the day, fucking Sherry Jaffe walks in and she's like, I'm gonna fuck everything up for this old woman. And then she walks in again, and thank God she didn't touch her this time, because I was like, oh man.
I know.
I thought that was really funny that Sherry Jaffe walks in with Tess.
Yeah,
like,
that was funny.
Come on.
That was funny. I agree. That was like a fine callback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do stuff like that, fine, whatever. But oh man, I don't know. Just all the randomness and chaos, and it's just a lot.
Yeah. And I think the whole Jordy and, why do I blank on her name every time I try and think about it? Angie. Jordy and Angie thing is just so, it was so weird. Like, she's like, I love you so much, but I feel like because of their age in the show, it was like all we're gonna ever show them do is that one kiss and then like going to prom together. And look, I get it. I'm not trying to watch like 17-year-olds do anything, but like you could always play to it, like experiencing life for the first time. Like there are still younger generations that are watching this that are like, oh, I thought it was really cute when Angie goes to her half sister and is like, have you ever broken up with anyone? Like, that's cute. Like, explore people that age. Like, even if it's just like, I don't know, they kiss and then they close the door and that's it. Like, let younger people see that it's okay to explore at that age as a gay individual, because Lord knows they see enough of this underage bullshit with straight people all the time.
Mm-hmm. I know. I know.
But yeah,
I guess for me, it's just this inability to portray like healthy sapphic relationships, like healthy lesbian relationships.
except for
Except for Ben and Tina.
Ben.
Who, I mean, we will ship forever because they're fucking Bet and Tina. And so they did, but let's be honest. Oh, we never said let's talk about it.
Shit.
Did we? Fuck. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. So except for Bet and Tina, who they did do justice, I think. For the most part.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Everybody knew that was going to happen.
If they hadn't, we would have rioted. I would have flown back to LA. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would have been like, dude, get on the plane, meet me in LA. Like, we'll call up DJ or someone and find a place to stay.
In front of whatever studio produces them.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been, ugh. Yeah. So thank God they at least did that, right?
You can literally tell from the entrance of Harry that was doomed. Like, Carrie was always, woe is me. Oh, I'm old. I'm this. I'm that. I'm not good enough. Bet doesn't like me. Blah, 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 blah. I can't stand your ex-wife. And it's just like, though every time that you flashed to Carrie, it was just like something was being complained about. And it's like, okay, come on. Tina is like, she's sweet, but it's like, you can't, she's not going to marry this.
It never would have happened. Tina never would have been with somebody like Bet and then gone and been with somebody like Carrie. She just wouldn't have. It's implausible. Just, it's not her
Carrie,
type.
She had no sex drive. And it's like, Tina's still in a prime. Let's be real here. What a babe, doing her thing.
Yeah.
And she was just in a bed death relationship.
Mm-hmm. And this is nothing against Rosie, but it's just like they keep writing these like fucking downer characters, and it's just such a drag. It's like these characters that don't have really, basically have shit personalities. And
Yep.
I really just don't know that many queer people with shit personalities, to be honest. Do you?
Nope.
Because one,
They're
we're just
all
fucking
vibrant.
Yeah, we're just better. And two, I think we've all just been through more, just given our nature. And so it's forced us to come up with like coping mechanisms, and some of us have been through some, just the shit, a lot of shit, and it gives you different perspective, and it helps you form like so many different facets to your personality. And so I just think they did not write many of these characters like multi-dimensional enough. They're just not like real people.
Mm-mm. Like so much of that just seems so much more than what most people are doing. Like, other than a few of those, consistent WeHo goers.
Mhm.
Yeah, we know who you are.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of was a Finley-ish at a time. Not exactly that, I had my struggles, my issues. So yeah, like of course that is a huge part of the queer community. Like I don't know what the statistic is offhand, but LGBTQ people are statistically more likely to struggle with drugs and alcohol because
Everything.
because everything. And so that is an important thing to address. But again, it's like they try to bring so many different elements into this series that they don't actually get to dig deep and explore them and do them justice. So everything is
Yeah.
just kind of PC, surface level, not cohesive. I don't know.
Yeah, no, totally. Literally none of them were really like built out. Like, I mean, I will say it took a pretty decent amount of time to really get into the lives of like Shane. You
Mhm.
really only found out about Shane's family once Carmen was in the picture. I mean, Jenny was kind of right away for the most part. Yeah, it's just I feel like the first L Word dug so much deeper into who these people were, how they came to be. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Probably because it was a smaller cast, right? It was just the main, like, was there six?
Well, I think
Shane,
each season
Alice,
they kind of
Bettina.
introduced, I think they introduced a lot of new people throughout the seasons. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Mirena?
Ugh, yeah. And Helena.
Oh, Helena.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Those
Yeah. And then
jeans, when she wore those loose jeans.
yeah, Helena, man. Damn. And then,
But
of
yeah,
course, in the later seasons, Tasha. I loved Tasha. A lot of people had issues with her. I love Tasha.
love her.
And
Love
I'm
that
glad
she is back in it.
right. I was glad to see her come back. So, because it seemed like they
I did
were,
hate that like flashing that they did at first.
what do you mean?
Alice and her like basically were just yelling at each other the whole time that Tasha was helping get the cat out of the tree.
Yeah. That's kind of funny though.
It was. But
Yeah.
it's like, wait, why do you guys hate each other? I forget what happened.
Well, they were always kind of just like bickering and like there were a lot of times where they just weren't on the same page, but I don't know. I just liked them anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Tasha's
Tasha.
back. Tasha. Uh,
Tasha.
yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else specific to the L Word that you want to cover? I mean, there's so much to cover. We could talk about it for days, but
Oh yeah, we wanted to cover that bullshit that happened at the wedding. Wedding. Yeah, we were gonna talk about like interrupting a wedding.
that fucking that played out tired old trope of ruining a wedding.
My thing is, okay, first of all, the fact that Finley got there and was like, okay, she very obviously saw a room full of individuals and Danny at the end in a fucking wedding dress. And mind you, I don't know if you remember, but when they flash to when they're all freaking out, Finley's like, well, I thought the wedding was at night and not during the day. You didn't change your mind when you saw it happening?
Right. Yeah. It
Um,
again, the whole thing was just written poorly. It was slapped together. There's so much more they could have done with how they brought Finley and Sophie together without having to use a super played out trope of ruining the wedding. Ugh, God, it's just like, it just seems like whoever the writers are, like, sorry guys, but you need to be called out because like you're just not even fucking trying at this point. You're just
You're
not.
just writing in the same shit we've seen before that doesn't work.
Yeah. It's all tired. It's
Like
all
just
played
because
out.
they
It doesn't
ended up
work.
together. No.
No. It's they're just not doing they're not doing us justice. We deserve better. We deserve better than what they're throwing together. Period.
Yeah,
Point blank.
100%. Period.
Period. Well, now that we feel like a little lighter. I'm getting that off our chests. We just did
I
like some
mean,
outward therapy.
really, it's just, I'm just here for Bet at this point. Oh, and they took her away.
And Gigi. Ugh, that's another thing. Gigi and Danny, that was the hottest couple we had. And I saw so many comments before season 3 premiered, like just comments about like, please don't take Danny and Gigi away. Like we just want Danny and Gigi, blah, blah, blah. And then what do? They take Gigi away and then give Danny
That
this
was
whack ass
bullshit.
storyline. You guys, it's like makes my head hurt. You know,
they're like slowly taking away the original cast, and I wonder if this is purposeful to create a new thing, because like Tina, I mean Gigi's not original, but like basically the like core older cast is like slowly disappearing into the night, and I'm not a fan of whatever they think they're doing.
yeah. It just, the show would have been better if they would have just kept, you know, the originals who came back and then just added like a couple newbies like Kiana and Danny and maybe Sophie and Tess and I don't know, like one other person, and then done something with that.
Yeah. But
So.
nope. Is Tess still in it? I don't remember. No.
Well, it ended with a car crash. Right? Wasn't it a
Why
car
do
crash?
I not remember that?
Tess got into the car
Wasn't that
at the wedding, at Bet and Tina's wedding. She got in the car with some dude. They were doing blow, and she was like super coked out. And they took off, and then something happened. Isn't that how it ended? I think. So we don't really know.
I don't remember.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just told you.
because I remember what was it? I remember Gigi's crash, but I don't remember that one.
I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know if they did the full crash or if there was just like the sound of it, or if it was, because I know somebody was trying to call her, maybe it was Finley. Or somebody called Finley, maybe. It was something, there was a crash, there was an accident, something to do with Tess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah. You should.
I believe you.
Even though
Bet all day,
I
every
can't
day.
trust my
Bet,
memory.
marry me.
Yeah.
But
so who your pick would be, Bet, from this cast?
Literally from beginning to end, it will be Bet.
Bet forever.
You can sprinkle in other characters, like when her and Tina broke up, and I could just explore other people throughout that time, but Bet for the rest of time.
Okay. Well, I will always be, I mean, Carmen. Carmen. What do you even say?
It's Carmen, man.
It's Carmen. And then with Gen Q, it's Danny. Yeah.
Yep. Gosh, what a difference.
I know. Do I have a type, or do I have a type?
No type. I wouldn't have even guessed.
Based on my dating history, not at all. Anyway, so now are we moving on from L Word? Okay. I want to talk about this new dating show, Love Trip Paris. Okay. It's on Hulu. Have you watched any of it at all? Okay. So
I
I
haven't
want
had
to
time. I've been
bring,
catching up on the L Word.
okay, fair enough. I want to bring the vibe back up because that was like depressing as fuck. So Love Trip Paris is this dating show where these four American women go to Paris to try to find love, to try to find like a suitor. And there's one like totally straight chick, two like bi-ish chicks, and then one total lesbo. And then one of the women is a post-op trans woman. And it is like it is so it is so cool to like finally see a dating show that has this kind of cast. And I just it made me so happy. Like I was so invested in this whole thing. And the end was just like, oh my God. Like you see, they spent 8 weeks there. And so there's like these suitors that come in first, and they all kind of formed like initial connections. And then it was like every couple of days or a week, I don't know, they would bring in like a couple of new people, and they would just continue to see like who they bonded with, and then they'd send people home. And but you really got to see like all four of these women go on their journeys. And Jocelyn is the trans woman, and like to see kind of where she started and her like the toxic pattern of dating that she was like trying to break. She kind of started to go down that road, and then to see her journey to the end was like so cool. And then Carolyn, the lesbian, like to see her love journey and like how it ends. Oh my God, it was beautiful. And
How many episodes are there?
I think just 8. So if you need a good lighthearted show, and this is a reality show, that brings you some hope and is just like fun to watch, I recommend Love Trip Paris on Hulu.
So how do we get on this show?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Maybe we can just put it out there right now. So if anyone who has anything to do with producing Love Trip Paris, if you need new people
Hey,
for the next episode or next season,
bonjour, comment va?
me. Trying to
Je
think.
m'appelle Canon.
Yeah, je m'appelle
Wait,
Amy.
where are you?
Comment ça va?
Ah.
I'm up. Ça va très bien, et toi? See, I know a few things. I know.
Ah,
a
oui,
few.
oui, French baguette. No.
Oui, 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 Eiffel Tower.
Poisson.
Croissant. Yeah, oh my God. Remember when I went
This
so
isn't-
hard when I went so hard on you for pronouncing LaCroix, LaCroix?
You were like, it's LaCroix.
But you know, in your defense, it wasn't just you. It was like everyone in fucking LA. I would go down the supermarket aisles and hear somebody say like, "Oh, hold on, like I need to grab some LaCroix," and I would just look at them and be like, "I fucking hate you." So if you're out there and you pronounce it LaCroix, it is not LaCroix. You can even go to the website and it states on the website how to pronounce it. It is LaCroix. You're welcome. I'm done. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Message from Amy
Message
to
from
PSA
Amy.
from Amy. Don't be stupid. It's LaCroix.
Oh God. Try again, please. That hurt I had pain in my stomach when you did that. I think I was gonna vomit.
LaCroix.
Oh,
LaCroix.
thank God. Oh yeah, sounds so much better.
Wait, aren't you
job.
the one that has that enunciation thing that I really like?
Oh, with the C? LaCroix?
Cream.
Oh, like cream? Grape?
Cream.
Cream? Grape?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why I say things like that.
I love it.
Well, good, because it's not going anywhere.
Good.
God, yes. Okay, so before this goes crazy long and nobody ever watches, can we talk about Tar?
Yeah.
I know I just switched that up on you real quick. We were talking about Bridesmaids and then but that's how, that's how we roll.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Um,
What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say it's been a little bit since I watched it. But I remember some weird ass scenes and just watching that like, oh good. Another movie where they're portraying the lesbian to be a psychopath and unstable, and I mean, while she was incredibly talented, which duh, we are.
Obviously.
Was just like cool, another absolute fucking
Disaster of a character. And okay, here's the best part, right? It's a total fictional story, right? Lydia Tarr does not exist. So this story, the story of Lydia Tarr, could have gone anywhere, could have gone any direction. It could have gone so many places, right? To have this main character who is this extremely accomplished EGOT, right? She's an EGOT, and she's like super fucked up. And originally, based on the trailers, I thought it was like a psychological thriller, which,
yeah.
I guess there were things like with the clock, that she heard at night and she'd get up, like things like that, where it could have really been like a psychological thriller about her like losing her mind, or, I don't know, there could have been something like Black Swanish happening.
Ooh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like that's kind of what I thought it might be. So then for it to turn out that the story focuses on how she just ends up being this total fucking disaster who uh is like a predator and grooms younger members of the orchestra, and then fucks this one up to the point where she actually kills herself, and then like just tries to pretend like it didn't happen. And I I cannot tell you the last time I was more upset at the end of a movie. I was like
Yeah.
soul crushed by
Yep.
how they chose to do that movie. And then you hear it's like, oh, nominated for Oscars and this and that. And I'm like, fucking why? You know?
I mean, okay. Partial devil's advocate to the cinematography of said
Yeah,
movie.
by all means.
Phenomenal. A plus plus. I can see what part of it would be up for awards. Her acting, God, she's a phenomenal actress. The
Well,
fact that she's able to
obviously.
portray that, like, phenomenal. But whoever wrote this story,
Mhm.
dude, like, come on.
I think there needs to
Again,
be a rule. No more straight men writing lesbian stories, because they write this
yep.
like fantasy, whatever idea, and it's so harmful and detrimental to our community to perpetuate these like fucked up stereotypes, and then to like praise the movie for it. I just,
Yeah.
ugh, God, it just feels like such a fucking slap in the face. And especially from Kate, who, it's like with Carol, she's become an icon for the queer community. She's like
Even
our
though there's been
fucking,
interviews where she's like, I am. I'm
yeah,
like, bitch, what do
I know.
you mean?
She knows she is now. Sarah Paulson like told her, I think. Um, so,
Bless you, Sarah.
like it hurt me to like have her I mean, I guess she probably just was attracted to the character and thought it was so interesting, and I get that, but to have her in it, and then the chick who was in Portrait of a Lady on Fire, the brunette
Yep.
who played her assistant, to have
Mhm.
her in it too. I don't
Yeah.
know. There was just like this deep sense of betrayal I felt. Was that just me? Like, am I being too
No,
sensitive? I don't know.
no, you are not wrong. That was not a fair. It was not a fair movie for us.
We just don't have enough positive lesbian content out there for them to be doing movies like this. Like, even what was supposed to be a holiday rom-com happiest season, right? Like our first holiday, big budget lesbian movie was so stressful and such a fucking bummer.
Bless you, Kristen Stewart, for dealing with that bullshit that was that storyline.
Well, and Aubrey, because if we didn't have Kristen and Aubrey, it would have just.
Oh, can they get together, please? Can Aubrey just be gay already?
I know. I know.
Like, it's there. Let's be real. It's there.
It was there. If there was ever a movie where, Kristen should have like gone the other way and maybe not cheated on Mackenzie Davis's character, but just
No,
been like,
because we
okay,
don't need more cheating.
right, we don't need more cheating, but for her to be like, okay, bye, and then just like go off into the sunset with Aubrey Plaza, I think lesbians everywhere would have just been like clapping and cheering and like, thank you, Lord, for bringing us the movie we finally deserve. And I understand that Clea Duvall probably had, men, higher ups, whatever, that she was dealing with who wanted changes, who wanted, I don't know. I'm sure there were people she had to answer to and had to like to make changes to the story, but I just feel like, dude,
Just
come
such a
on.
letdown.
Like, why couldn't we just have had a decent, like, rom-com, happy, like, good story?
Like, the part where they're arguing with each other during the party, and she's like, I'm not gay, and it's like, what?
Mhm.
Like, I would have never come back. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I would have never come back. I would have been like, Aubrey, let's go. We're out. Let's run away
Mhm.
together. Let's get on this horse that randomly appeared in the front yard, ride off into the fucking sunset, because
Yeah.
we deserve horses appearing in yards and magical endings. Just fucking saying. What is
Hold
that face?
on. Hold the fucking phone cannon. You just came up with the most brilliant idea. The female version of Brokeback Mountain with Kristen and Aubrey. Although, sorry, I
Whoa.
keep hitting my desk. Although, we don't need the drama of one of them getting beaten to death. Let's not have that part. Let's have it be like a happy, like
Yes.
happy back mountain.
Happy Back Mountain.
Happy back mountain. Yeah. Mhm.
That would be great. I would love that a lot.
Yeah, me too. Like if they're just like ranchers out there on horses and then, they have to stay out overnight for whatever, and some things happen in the tent, and yeah, let's make it happen, guys.
Yes.
A24.
But a female has to write it.
Yes, a female has to write it. And if you're looking for writers, well,
hey, what's up? We will gladly spearhead said project